all relationships are tough. Relationships with your parents are tough, with your siblings, with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones. All relationships are tough. But relationships are rewarding. To see a person grow and change because you've been there and supported them throughout the years, and then to see yourself change because of someone else, is one of the true great treasures of life. That is at the core of the Persona series, to change people's lives while also changing yours as well. It is here where we will start with my relationship with Persona 5. 2 years ago, I was excited to get my hands on Persona 5. Finally, I would be able to play the sequel to the beloved Persona 4. Or if you were in my case, you played Persona 4 Golden on the PS Vita. But when I completed Persona 5, it felt strange. I felt strange. I felt like I didn't have that same sense of satisfaction, of personal achievement, and of accomplishment, and of a deep kind of like spiritual movement. You know, the bonds that you had made in Persona 4, they feel real, they feel tangible. You feel Kanji's internal struggle. You feel Yukiko's passion for her inn and her reluctance to step up and take the owner's position. I didn't feel that satisfaction that I had once felt in the Persona series. And I have wondered why for almost 2 years. I wondered why I didn't feel the same connection with Persona 5 that I felt with Persona 4 Golden. And I think I finally have that answer 2 years later. When I started to replay Persona 5 in early April, I immediately fell back into that same move, into that same flow that I had found myself in almost 2 years ago. This is a time where I was playing the game for almost 10 hours a day, where I was enthusiastic about the game. I was so excited. I had finally met my party members, Ryuji, Ann, Morgana. I had seen all of their awakenings. I had seen even my own awakening in the game. Unlocking Arsene. Meeting iconic characters. Doing iconic things like going to LeBlanc for the first time. And meeting antagonists. The most vile people that you'll meet in the game, like Kamoshida. I loved it all while I was playing it. But as I started to get back into the flow, I also got that same sense of unsatisfaction that I had once gotten before, except it was coming back a lot quicker now. And I thought to myself, you know what? Why am I getting this sense of satisfaction, or unsatisfaction specifically, so early on, only a couple of hours into the game? And I think it's just as simple as this. You don't bond with the characters as deeply and personally as you once did in Persona 4 Golden. The pacing doesn't help that either. You don't bond as well with Ann and Ryuji and Morgana as well as you do with Chie and Yukiko and Yosuke. You don't bond with them as well. Then on top of that, the pacing. The game's tutorial is 10 hours long. Why is the game's tutorial 10 hours long? But then on top of that, you had lulls throughout the game. You had these stagnated kind of points within the game, and they were supposed to be lulls. They were supposed to be these times during the game where it's more business as usual. We've done this 80 times before, we can do it again. That was the point, but it doesn't really help you as a player when you have to experience it, and it's not a great way to experience it either. And all of those things during my first playthrough and my second playthrough of the game, they discouraged me from playing the game. I felt discouraged. one of the top tier games when it comes to JRPGs, the Persona 4 Golden, its sequel, is not living up to my expectations. Would I have that same movement, that same spiritual movement that I had with Persona 4 Golden and Persona 5? The answer is no.
But even after all of that, even after the discouragement, and even after the realization that I was not going to get the same experience in Persona 5 that I had gotten in Persona 4 Golden, I still felt a sense of nostalgia and sadness after I had finished the game. I still felt disconnected. I still felt that the adventure of a lifetime was over. I would not have the same experience ever again. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about the Persona series, including Persona 5, is that even though the experiences are different, even though you feel bonded and attached more to one game than you do the others, you still have a phenomenal over-the-top experience that you feel connected to, maybe not as strongly as you do with, again, other entries in the series, but you still feel a genuine connection to the characters, to the settings, to the story, and it blends so well together into an overall satisfying experience that I cannot believe that I've played Persona 5 multiple times. I've put in easily almost 200 hours into the game. And I'm ready to go back in for more. Maybe not this year because, again, I just put in an additional 100 hours, but, maybe down the road I'll be able to come back to this game and have that same feeling of nostalgia and sadness that I had once I finished playing Persona 5. This has been 24. Remember to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe for more. This was a short little video that I had to make on Persona 5. And even on the Persona series, partially because I've wanted to talk about Persona 5 for years, and now I got to talk about it. But also, something's going on at Atlus. Apparently, they're supposed to be releasing something on the 24th that's talking about a new entry into Persona 5, or something like that. That's what a lot of people are speculating. So maybe the wait for me to play Persona 5 again won't be that long. Maybe it'll be in a year that I'll revisit this title again. Until then, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time.